I'm Seth, editor-in-chief for Forbidden Origins Comics, and can we bring back Brevity, please? I'm getting old. I don't have time to watch hour-long prestige television shows or 30, 40, 50 to 150-hour video games. Why are we turning things that don't have that much to give into things like that? Like this trend that's been going on in video games for quite a while of turning things into Breath of the Wild, and before that, Skyrim. Like, why do that? Please, just stop doing that. I don't have time. You only have 6 hours of story, so why the fuck are you spreading it out into 50? It takes 20 minutes in between, like, each object you see in the overworld to do something interesting. So just stop that. Stop that, right? I wanted to play the Assassin's Creed from this year because I thought it looked very interesting. And they said that the open world would be smaller than it was in the last game, the Viking one. Assassin's Creed Viking Stabbers, something like that. But then I get into it and it's just, it's fucking huge. Stop, dude. Oh my God. It's so fucking huge. And we know this will take so much money to create. Like, the reason video games are as expensive as they are to make is because they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, more bloated and more bloated and more bloated to justify the cost. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can scale shit back again, dude. I know Expedition 33 is a JRPG. That game is 30 hours long. JRPGs are supposed to be 30 hours long. It's 30 hours long, costs $50. Perfect. Fucking great. Why? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, my favorite game of that year, is 150 hours long. It does not need to be. I know that. You know that. Square knows that because I think they said they're pulling back on the next one. It doesn't have to be that long, dude. It can be 50 hours. Persona games get to 100. And that makes sense because they're structured as a calendar. So each day has a certain amount of time and you want that certain amount of time. Sometimes you play that game and go like, oh shit, if only I had more time this month. Because that's how that game is structured. But why the fuck are we making video games like 150 hours long? Why the fuck am I watching 3.5 hour movies? 3.5 hour movies. Just make that into a TV show. Like, why are you doing hour-long episodes for an animated show? Look at fucking Invincible. Why is that show like an hour long? People complain about the animation so much, and that's because the budget is so high, because they're doing an hour-long animation an episode. All this ties to the fact that nobody has any money, so everybody has to ensure that the thing they buy is the greatest thing ever, or not even that, but can just hold your attention for a long time. Like, people are buying these like 150 hour, 200 hour games that are kind of soulless because it's something they can play for a long fucking time and not have to buy something else. And it sucks so much. I'm someone that has to like play the newest game. Like, I just have that problem. So when I am forced to play through a good game that should be great, but has too many hours, like 10 plus hours more than it should, maybe even 50 plus hours more than it should, it really gets on my fucking gears, and I have to drop so many games because of it. Because why the fuck are you making your games worse for this reason? Just lower your budgets. Lower your price. God damn it, dude. That's why I'm thankful for the fucking indie scene. I'm thankful for Hades. I'm thankful for Expedition 33. Because those are pretty decently length games that are cheap, that have a smaller budget. Can we get back to that, please? Remember the B game? The B game used to be like $40 games that came out when most games were $50. And it would be just weird shit that a AAA publisher would not put out, or they would put that out as like you can do this because our big thing is coming out in March. Bring that back. And it seems like a lot of indie is doing that, but like publishers, Ubisoft, you can do that, right? You're kind of doing that with like the Prince of Persia games, the one that came out this year and the one that came out last year. That kind of fits that bill. But we need more of that and less like Assassin's Creed slop. There are people that said they want Resident Evil to be open world. What are you talking about? Don't do that. Don't just make Resident Evil worse just because you want to play it for a long time. No, just do what everybody else does and replay it 100 fucking times. That's what you're supposed to do with Resident Evil. You're not supposed to walk around this empty fucking wasteland for 20 minutes at a time, fighting the occasional zombie, going into a level that's not as quite well made as like previous games in the series, because they could spend all their time designing these fucking levels, but now they have to design an entire world and make sure it kind of fits together, but it doesn't really fit together. Don't make good things bad because you think they have to be long. No, cut them short. This is Seth, Editor-in-Chief for Forbidden Origins Comics. Brevity is the soul of wit. Keep that shit.